For my millennials, I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle Show.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Detroit Lions. That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Now a give, right side. It's Johnson. And he's got some space here. That one good for 33 and a 1st.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys...
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, easy.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. You got to get moving, man. Man, move it. You got to get that.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
On the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Ready? Yellow lady. 12. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Hey, easy. Mike spoke both. Here we go.
Breeze going to throw. This is caught by Gill. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Hey, Charlie. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Here we go. Hey, easy. Motion. Bo's the mic. Mike's Bo.
To throw is Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Breeze now. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first.
44. Let's go one more.
Again, it's Breeze. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Ready.
1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Here we go. Here we go, 21. 24.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared. 22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber. Check 24. Check. Yes.
They'll run it with Kamara. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Easy. 44 at the mic. 11. Here it comes.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
A big run there by Johnson. 49 yards on the ground.
First down, Lions.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stafford. Jones has it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
And the Lions first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 5. Brings up 2nd down. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Mike 56.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after chip, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Throwing now is Breeze. He gets it to Thomas.
A 14-yard gain brings up 3rd and a yard.
95-56.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
Here's Breeze. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Back to you. I'm going back.
Now Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Ready.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Breeze to throw again. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
The final shot before the break, Stanford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, he couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage is coming through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
He sets to fire deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. That'll bring up second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's able to find the veteran Ginn, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. Breeze now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Breeze now to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it's a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone.
Hey, exit. Hey, easy. Check. Here we go. Here we go.
Breeze going to go on 4th down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone set.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Von Bell up to make the tackle. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Complete to Jones. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st down, it's Johnson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Mike, 53.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford, and he finds Danny Amendola. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. They'll run it with Johnson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It was P.J. Williams that time on the tackle. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Check your hot read.
Call it no gain on the the dump off, and it's third down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Throwing is Stafford. This complete to Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
At the 46-yard line.
180! Alert! Target! 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 40.
A gain of 15. First down, Lions.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. No gain on the dump-off. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
SOS.
Running from the gun, Johnson. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now Johnson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Throwing here, Stafford. The quick slant caught. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins coming.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Here's the punter, Sam Martin, now ready to get us started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Here we go, back. Waiting! All day, dog. Great 15, great 15!
Wentz now on first down. And complete to Zach Ertz. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it. One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that route.
Wentz throwing complete to Arcega-Whiteside, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given him, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wentz. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And Jeffrey's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, 39 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 26. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47. Yard line.
To Kenny Golladay. A gain of 27 on the play. And the Lions first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Stafford completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here.
Ready? 180, 32. Go, team. Let's go. Mike, 53, Mike.
From the gun, here's Stafford. The quick slant caught. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gary. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Wentz. Got that, yes. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now Howard. The first down and then some. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Wentz to throw. Screen pass to Sproles. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
17
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. They'll get 7. That time, and the Lions have a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview, so I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Timmy Jernigan with a sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Mike, 53.
Back to throw, Stafford. And he whips that one incomplete there. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Wentz going to throw. Goes underneath for Sproles. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
218, jump.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 19.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. No gain on the dump off at second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. The shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This is Howard on second down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. To throw is Wentz. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get this down to the 10. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
On first down, they run with Howard. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
14. Lions nothing. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with first and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun. Finding room at the 30. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. So 1st down carry here for Johnson. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a give, right side. Johnson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Throwing now is Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They run with Howard. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Go. 280. 44. I got you. Kill. 44.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is fielded at the 27. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
22. 57's a mark. 50. Hey, Delta. Here we go, D. Get off the field. 57.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go, baby.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Watch out. Check right 54. Right 54.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Give him 32 on the play.
First down, Lions.
Mike, set, lady. Mike 5-4. Check the outs. Check the outs. Hey, 5-0. Look at him.
From the gun, Stafford. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Stafford now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. He's back to throw. He completes it to Jones. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Double right. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, watch 54.
Back to throw. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a timed touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. Amendola's got it, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Stafford. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. picked up by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play.